Absolutely, you should meditate to silence the brain, but if you can make the brain think positive, let it go at 200 miles an hour, because that's so much better than keeping it silent.
When we talk about the soulful living philosophy of rituals, part of it, we have like 13 themes, is positivity. And what I always try to explain to bring that message across is saying, this is the real life. You know, you're not living in a fairy tale and your pumpkin will not turn into a Porsche overnight. So you can do two things then. You can be miserable and let the pumpkin go to waste. Or you can bend it around and think, what am I going to do with the pumpkin? I'll make pumpkin soup instead. So that's basically, you know, bending challenging moments into more positive experiences. So I'm talking to Mo Gawdat today about positivity. So Mo, why do you think that humans always emphasize the negative so much more than the positive?
It is definitely part of the design to emphasize our negative. So the design of our brains, the way our brains work, is they are a survival machine. First and foremost, we've pushed them to invent iPhones and to compose music, but the primary responsibility of your brain is to keep you safe. It's constantly scanning through the environment around you for threats. And because of that, the adult brain is 60 to 70% negative.
And how do you bend that?
Because our brains believe that it's better to be safe than sorry. So, you know, if a tiger shows up, your brain doesn't want to look at the beautiful patterns and colors, and it wants to say something is wrong here, we're gonna die. And everything, because of that, is a tiger. Right? Everything, you know, your boss is a little upset today, that's a tiger. You know, your partner didn't kiss you before they left to work, that's a tiger. You know, and everything is a threat. Everything is a threat. And when we start to think of life this way, we start to look more and more and more at the negative. But the truth of life, believe it or not, is positive as the baseline. The reality is most of our life is positive. You change anything by setting the intention, changing the habit, and then making it a ritual. I have a very simple approach to finding positivity in life. The simple deal is, for every negative thought you give me, you need to give me a positive one. Okay? So simple, you know, my brain will say, you know, COVID-19 is causing us to stay at home. Yes, but what is the positive thought, brain? Staying at home is good for the environment. Okay? And you can actually follow through that. This is the beginner's level. You want to go to the advanced level, you start to say, and what is the result of that positive thought? And then suddenly you'll see that every positive thought leads to 4 other positive thoughts. And then what is the benefit of those positive thoughts? So COVID-19 is making us stay at home. What's the positive thought? It is that it's good for the environment. What does that mean? It means that we could enjoy nature more, that we can have a better future for our children, that there are so many positive thoughts that you can think of. And if you deliberately ask for the positive, your brain will go like, yeah, it feels a little uncomfortable, but then it finds it. And the more you do it, the more it starts to be natural. It starts, neuroplasticity builds that part of the brain that's looking for the positive. And then suddenly, this is where I am in life. I get a negative thought and immediately my brain responds with 4 positive ones. Whatever negative you'll bring me, my brain will go like, yeah, but this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. The other thing, by the way, which again is very subtle but a very interesting habit, is negative ideas should not be brought up twice. So I have a very unusual way of dealing with my brain, Becky, again, where I will say, yes, Becky, you already told me this. I heard you.
So it's basically training your brain, right?
Totally. It's all about neuroplasticity. Going to the happiness gym, finding those things, And most people tell me, hey, should we meditate to silence that brain? And I go, absolutely, you should meditate to silence the brain, but if you can make the brain think positive, let it go at 200 miles an hour. because that's so much better than keeping it silent.